Rose will be here tonight as well, making his way up here. But let's start with what we saw last night. The Warriors, they look great. Not really a whole lot to say about them. The Lakers, a lot of questions about what they'd look like. Tim Legler was very critical of what he saw from the Lakers last night. Stephen A., how about you?
The word that comes to my mind is sad because it's the Los Angeles Lakers and they're not going anywhere. And the fact of the matter is you look at LeBron James and you look at Anthony Davis and you know when healthy what they can bring to the table, but they don't have shooters. And LeBron James called it just as accurately as you possibly can. In the end, when you draw attention and you kick it out to one guy after another, and they can't convert relatively open shots, maybe slightly contested, but certainly nobody draped all over them, you got a problem. In some instances, you've watched guys shooting jump shots and literally defenders running away like, let him shoot. Let him shoot. I dare you to shoot.
Yeah, there's a reason they're open.
What would you notice, or as they would say, he with us. There's a whole bunch of players on the Lakers squad where you got opponents saying he's with us when it comes to their perimeter shooting. And so when you look at it from that standpoint and then you take into account the competition they have to go against in the Western Conference, Memphis, Denver, Dallas, Phoenix, I mean, the list goes on and on and on, Clippers, you just say, damn, this is another bad year. Lakers, play-in tournament for sure. And then obviously you go home in the first round as a best case scenario based off of what we saw last night, but it was against the Warriors.
Right, and they are also, that is as currently constituted. And we'll just go back to the very beginning of the show for those who are not with us because it was a very long time ago. Will this Laker team be as currently constituted throughout this entire season?
Listen, there's a deal. There are deals to be made for this Lakers team, but they're limited in assets that they can trade. And essentially what they have of value that anybody wants are their 2027, their 2029 unprotected first-round picks.
Correct.
And Russell Westbrook's expiring $47 million deal. There's a trade in Indiana that's been there if they want to give up both of those first-round picks, Buddy Hield, Miles Turner. I think the hope for the Lakers is as teams want to get into the Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes, perhaps the best draft prospect we have ever seen coming into the NBA in the 2023 draft. Teams may be looking to get into lottery, be able to get more ping pong balls, and are there going to be more veteran established players available for the Lakers to do a trade? I think there's going to be more teams, more players, maybe even well ahead of the trade deadline that teams are going to want to dump. And I think for the Lakers, that's what they'll keep their eye on.
Woj, I got a real quick question for you. It's Miles Turner, Buddy Hield. What we're hearing in NBA circles is the Lakers, one side you hear the Lakers are reluctant to give up those two picks along with Russell Westbrook. On the other side of the table, you're hearing, well, they're willing to do it, but Indiana is not willing to do it. What are you hearing?
No, if the Lakers are willing to give up both picks, I think that's a deal Indiana has been prepared to do. The Lakers have not put both picks in a deal. And so that may change as this year goes on. There may be other deals available, but those conversations were on and off all summer long.
Let me get Michael in here because, Michael, you've covered the great careers of so many historically great players. And here is LeBron. We mentioned it. It's age 20 at the end. What does all of this mean for him to be in this situation where he finds himself as this season begins?
Well, LeBron had to. I'm not going to be one of the people, Greeny, as we sit together all year with all this hand-wringing over LeBron in his 20th season. LeBron's legacy ain't going to change. We know what he is. He's on the Mount Rushmore to me of basketball. It's not going to change. It's not going to be capped off this year with a championship. This is not a news flash. I think there are more really good teams in the NBA to start a season, last night, than I think I've ever seen in my lifetime at one time. The Lakers are not one of them. And I just hope that we are not held hostage on Countdown or whatever else we're doing on this network, your show and Stephen A's and mine, to talk about the Lakers every day. Because some of us aren't going to get into this hand-wringing. I'm not, except when you guys shove me into it, which I'm sure we will tonight. The Lakers aren't any good. They're not. When I say any good, could they make the play? I expect them to actually be good enough, if healthy, to make the playoffs. That still means they can be sixth at best. They're not good enough to have this hand-wringing all year. Last night was not a surprise. I'm not going to be disgusted. We know they don't have shooters. We still don't even know if LeBron and Anthony Davis can be healthy all year. I'm putting them in maybe as high as a 6th spot if those guys are healthy and if they make that deal with Indiana. That may change some things. But as we keep saying, as presently constituted. But, the Lakers and the Knicks really deliver me. Let me start in on my dear friend Stephen A. already.
Here we go.
We got the Knicks tonight. Are you kidding me?
Why you got to bring up the Knicks?
Yes, why would you?
There's
you gotta
so
bring up the
many
Knicks for?
good teams in the league, and it's just people from massive markets. And I'm born and raised in Chicago, so I'm from a big market, okay?
go.
I'm not a small-town kid. But I know this. The Lakers and the Knicks are really, a lot of people around the country are going, really? And we do want to see LeBron. We want to see LeBron play. I love watching him still in this 20th season. But don't tell me the Lakers and the Knicks are going to headline anything.
You ain't got to rub it in. Let's move on. You ain't got to rub it in.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.